Namaste बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. Myself Dr. Aarti. Today I am going to present the diabetes mellitus part 1. Definition and epidemiology. As per the WHO, diabetes mellitus is defined as a heterogeneous metabolic disorder characterized by the common features of chronic hyperglycemia with disturbance of carbohydrate, fat and protein metabolism. The classification and etiology suggests the older classification system dividing the diabetes mellitus into primary and secondary type, the juvenile onset and maturity onset type, and the insulin dependent and non-insulin dependent type have become obsolete and undergone major revision due to extensive understanding of etiology and pathogenesis of diabetes mellitus in recent times. Current classification of DM based on etiology divided into two broad categories, type 1 and type 2. Beside, there are few uncommon specific etiological type and gestational diabetes mellitus. American Diabetes Association has identified the risk factors of type 2 diabetes mellitus as under family history, obesity, habitual physical inactivity, race and ethnic, previous identification of impaired fasting glucose and impaired glucose tolerance, history of gestational diabetes or delivery of baby heavier than 4 kg, hypertension, dyslipidemia, PCOD, acanthosis nigricans, and history of vascular disease. In type 1 diabetes, it constitutes about 10% of DM. It is previously termed as juvenile onset diabetes due to its occurrence in younger age was called insulin dependent. However, in the new classification, neither age nor insulin dependence are considered as absolute criteria. Instead, based on underlying etiology, type 1 is further divided into two subtypes, subtype 1 and 2. Subtype 1 is characterized by autoimmune dysfunction of beta cells and subtype 2 characterized by insulin deficiency with tendency to develop ketosis. But these patients are negative for autoimmune markers. Type 2, this type comprises 80% of the diabetes. It is previously called the maturity onset and non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus or non-obese and non-obese type. Although type 2 predominantly affect older individual, it is not known that it also occurs in obese adolescents. However, many type 2 diabetes patients also require insulin therapy to control hyperglycemia or prevent ketosis, thus are not truly non-insulin dependent contrary to its older nomenclature. Other sclerotic etiology types of diabetes mellitus. Besides the two main type, 10% of the DM has been known specific etiological defect. One important subtype is group is maturity onset diabetes of young MODY, which has autosomal dominant inheritance, early onset of hyperglycemia, and impaired insulin secretion. Gestational diabetes is about 4% pregnant women develop diabetes due to metabolic changes during pregnancy, although it may be revert back to normal glycemia after the delivery. But these women are prone to develop diabetes later in their life. Pathogenesis depends on uh, etiology of diabetes mellitus. Hyperglycemia may result from reduced insulin secretion, decreased glucose used by the body, increased glucose production. Pathogenesis of two main type of diabetes, its complication is distinct and discussed in relation to normal insulin metabolism. Pathogenesis of type 1 diabetes mellitus. The basic phenomenon in type 1 is destruction of beta cell mass, usually leading to absolute insulin deficiency. While type 1 diabetes mellitus remain idiopathic, pathogenesis of type 1 is immune mediated and has been extensively studied. Currently, pathogenesis of type 1 is explained on the basis of three mutually interlinked mechanisms. First is the genetic susceptibility. It has been observed in identical twins that one twin has diabetes and 50% chance of the second twin developing it. About half the cases with genetic predisposition of type 1 has susceptibility gene located in HLA region. Second is autoimmunity. Following immunological abnormalities are seen, like presence of islet cell antibodies against gestational acid, glutamic acid dehydrogenase, and insulin, etc. Occurrence of lymphatic infiltrate in and around the pancreatic island termed insulinitis. Selective destruction of beta cell, role of T cell in autoimmunity, association of type 1 diabetes with other autoimmune diseases in about 20% cases. Remission of type 1 is response to immune suppression therapy such as administration of cyclosporin A. Third is the environmental factor, includes certain viral infection, experimental induction of diabetes, and geographical seasonal variation and possible relation of early exposure to bovine milk. Keynotes in type 1 diabetes are: at birth, individuals with genetic susceptibility to this disorder have normal beta cell mass. Beta cell act as autoantigen and activate CD4 and T lymphocyte, bringing about immune destruction of pancreatic beta cell by autoimmune phenomenon and takes months to year. Clinical features of diabetes manifest after more than 80% of beta cell has been destroyed. The trigger for autoimmune process appears to be some infectious or environmental factor which specifically target the beta cell. Pathogenesis of type 2 diabetes. The basic metabolic effect in type 2 is either a delayed insulin secretion relative to glucose load or peripheral tissue are unable to respond to insulin. Genetic factors, genetic component has a stronger basis of type 2. There is approximately 80% chance of developing diabetes in other identical twin if one twin sharing a diabetes. A person with one parent have diabetes, type 2 diabetes, increased risk of getting diabetes. Constitutional factors include certain environmental factors such as obesity, hypertension, level of physical activity play contributory role and module the phenotyping of the disease. Third is the insulin resistance. Obesity in particularly strongly associated with insulin resistance and hence type 2. Mechanism of hyperglycemia in these cases is explained as resistance to action of insulin impair the glucose utilization and hence hyperglycemia. There is increased hepatic synthesis of glucose and hyperglycemia in obesity is related to high level of free fatty acid cytokine affect peripheral tissue sensitivity to respond to insulin. Fourth is the impaired insulin secretion. Insulin release and resistance are interlinked early in the course of disease. In response to insulin resistance, there is compensatory increased secretion of insulin in attempt to maintain the normal blood glucose level. Eventually, however, there is failure of beta cell function to secrete adequate insulin. Although there is some secretion of insulin, that is, cases of type 2 diabetes have mild to moderate deficiency of insulin. Fifth is the increased hepatic glucose synthesis. One of the normal role played by insulin is to promote hepatic storage of glucose as glycogen and suppresses the glyconeogenesis. In type 2, there is an increased hepatic synthesis of glucose which contribute to hyperglycemia in these cases. The key point are, in a sense, hypoglycemia in type 2 is not due to the destruction of beta cell, but instead a failure of beta cell to meet the requirement of insulin in the body. Its pathogenesis can be summed up by interlinking the above factors like type 2 diabetes, more complex multifactorial disease. There is a greater role of genetic defect and heredity. Two main mechanisms of hyperglycemia in type 2 is the insulin resistant and impaired insulin secretion are interlinked. While obesity play a role in pathogenesis of insulin resistant, impaired insulin secretion may be from many constitutional factors and the increased hepatic synthesis of glucose in initial period of disease contribute to hyperglycemia. The clinical features include in type 1 usually manifest at early age, generally below the age of 35. The onset is symptom is often abrupt. At presentation, these patients have polyuria, polydipsia, polyphasia, and the patients are not obese but generally progressive loss of weight. These patients are prone to develop metabolic complications such as ketoacidosis and hypoglycemic episodes. In type 2, the clinical features are generally manifest in middle age and beyond or above the age of 40. The onset of symptom in type 2 is slow and insidious. Generally, the patient is asymptomatic. When the diagnosis is made on the basis of glycosuria or hyperglycemia during physical examination or may present with polyuria and polydipsia. The patient are frequently obese and have unexplained weakness and loss of weight. Metabolic complications such as ketoacidosis are infrequent. This is my reference. I hope you enjoy this session and understand the diabetes. If you have any query, mention it in comment box. Thank you. Bye.